Dear students, let us continue with the solving multiple choice questions. Okay, we shall start with part 7. Okay, in part 7, the two important concepts are covered, and one is tRNA, the adapter molecule, and the other process is called translation, right? Okay, and let us move on to the questions. What is the first question here? The amino acid attaches to the tRNA at its 5 prime end, then 3 prime end, then anticodon site, then DHU loop, right? Four different options are there, and here this is related to the beginning stage of protein synthesis only. Okay, in the beginning, whatever the amino acids are present in the cytoplasm, they will become activated, and a particular amino acid will bind to the tRNA molecule. Okay, and this process is called as amino acylation of tRNA, right? And here the amino acid will attach or bind to the tRNA molecule at its 3 prime end. Okay, not to 5 prime end. Okay, it will bind at its 3 prime end. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Not 5 prime end, and not the anticodon site, and not the DHU loop, right? Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Okay, and let us move on to the next question. What is the question here? If the base sequence of a codon in mRNA is 5 prime AUG, then 3 prime, okay, the sequence of tRNA pairing with it must be what here? What is the question here? I will repeat once again. If the base sequence of codon in mRNA is 5 prime AUG, 3 prime, the sequence of tRNA pairing with it must be, okay, and it must be what here? uh, One is, the four different options are there. One is 5 prime UAC, then 3 prime, and second one is 5 prime CAU, 3 prime, then third one is 5 prime AUG, 3 prime, then fourth one is 5 prime GUA, 3 prime. Okay, and here and remember, okay, what they have given here, the base sequence of a codon in mRNA. Okay, for mRNA molecule they have mentioned. Okay, in 5' to 3' direction it will be AUG only, and the sequence of tRNA pairing with it must be in 5' to 3' direction it will become CAU. Okay, CAU, but option B is the correct answer. CAU in 5' to 3' direction. Okay, in 3' to 5' direction means it will become UAC. Okay, but in 5' to 3' direction it will become CAU. Option B is the right answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Question number 3. Okay, what is the question here? What would happen if in a gene encoding a polypeptide of 50 amino acids? Okay, what would happen if in a gene encoding polypeptide of 50 amino acids, a mutation occurs in 25th codon is mutated? Okay, and it change from UAC to UAG. Okay, it is nothing but the mutation here. The question is based on mutation. Okay, it is regarding only one codon. Okay, a mutation occurs in 25th codon, is mutated, and it changed from UAC to UAG. Okay, and the options are like this. Okay, what are the different options here? A polypeptide of 24 amino acids will be formed, and next one is a polypeptide of 50 amino acids will be formed, and next one is a polypeptide of 25 amino acids will be formed, and last option is a polypeptide of 49 amino acids will be formed, right? And according to the question, what will become the correct answer here? Option A is the correct answer. Okay, if there is mutation in one codon, a polypeptide of 24 amino acids will be formed. Okay, a polypeptide of 24 amino acids will be formed because one codon code for one amino acid, right? And if there is a change or mutation in one codon, there is a formation of a polypeptide of 24 amino acids, right? So option A is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question number 4. Okay, what is there? To initiate a translation, the mRNA first binds to. Okay, to initiate a translation, the mRNA first binds to. What are the different options here? Option A, the smaller ribosomal unit. Okay, and the second one is the larger ribosomal unit, and third one is the whole ribosome. Then fourth one is no such specificity exists. Okay, no such specificity exists. Okay, and when we study the protein synthesis part, what is the beginning step here? During the initiation of translation, the mRNA will first bind to the smaller ribosomal unit. Smaller ribosomal unit. Okay, option A is the correct answer, right? Okay, then let us move on to the question number 5. Question number 5. What is there? Termination of protein synthesis needs. Okay, termination of protein synthesis needs. There are 4 different statements. One is 5 prime AUG 3 prime codon. Then second one is 5 prime GUG 3 prime. Then third one is stop signal / nonsense codon. Then fourth one is release bar termination factor. Okay, then A is options are like this: 1 and 3. Then second option is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then third option is 3 and 4. Then fourth one is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and according to the question, which will become answer here? Option C, 3 and 4. Okay, for the termination of the protein synthesis, what are required here? Stop signal or nonsense codon is required, and in addition to that, release or terminator factor. Okay, it is also required. Okay, so say for example, rho factor is also required to stop the protein synthesis, right? Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Okay, third and fourth statements are correct only, right? And let us move on to the next question number 6. Okay, a translated unit in mRNA includes. Okay, a translated unit in mRNA includes: number 1, start codon; number 2, stop codon; then 3, untranslated regions. Okay, then fourth one is coding sequence is located between the start codon and terminator codon, right? Okay, like these 4 different statements are there, and the options are like this: option A, 1 and 3. Then option B, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then option C, 2, 3 and 4. Then option D, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and here according to the question, option B will become correct here: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, it means what here? A translational unit in mRNA includes, it includes the start codon, and it also includes the stop codon or terminator codons. Okay, and at a 5 prime and 3 prime end of the molecule, some untranslated regions will be there, and in between this one, coding sequence is located between the start codon and the terminator codon. Okay, so according to the given question, all the statements are correct only. Okay, so option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Okay, question number 7. Okay, what is there? Number of amino acids possessed by a polypeptide chain. Okay, number of amino acids possessed by a polypeptide chain which is formed from mRNA containing 200 codons in translating area. Okay, number of amino acids possessed by a polypeptide which is formed from a mRNA containing 200 codons in translating area. Okay, and here the options are like this. One is 200, then second one is 201, then third one is 199, and fourth one is 600. Okay, and remember, and here we should understand one codon will code for one amino acid. Okay, it means if there are 200 codons, they can code for 200 amino acids. Okay, and here we are going to minus 1. Okay, and remember why we are going to make minus 1 here, because in 200 codons definitely one codon will be stop codon, or 200th. Okay, 200th codon will be stop codon or terminator codon, which can stop the protein synthesis. Okay, so we are going to mention like this: 200 minus 1, okay, is equal to 199. Okay, so the correct option is the option C. It is 199. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Question number 8. Okay, what is the question here? The process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide is called. Okay, the process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide is called. Okay, what are the different options here? Transcription, translation, then replication, then metabolism. Okay, and here now the given statement is the definition of translation. Definition of the translation. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, what is the definition here? The process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide is called translation. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Question number 9. Okay, what is the question here? The order and sequence of amino acids. The order and sequence of amino acids are defined by the. Okay, what are the different options here? Sequence of bases in the tRNA, then sequence of bases in the ribosomal RNA, then sequence of bases in the mRNA, then sequence of bases in the DNA, right? And here which will become the correct answer here? Option C. Okay, sequence of bases in the mRNA. Okay, and the order and the sequence of amino acids after the completion of the protein synthesis. Okay, it depends on the sequence of bases which are present in the mRNA molecule, because mRNA is directly involved in the protein synthesis, right? Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Okay, for question number 9, option C is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Question number 10. Okay, the amino acids are joined by a bond which is known as. Okay, the amino acids are joined by a bond which is known as a covalent bond, then ionic bond, peptide bond, then hydrogen bond. Okay, and here you can easily identify the answer. Okay, the bond formed between the amino acids, it is called as the peptide bond. Option C is the correct answer. Okay, already you have studied this part in biomolecules chapter, and even in this molecular basis of inheritance, right? Option C is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. What is there? During the initial stage of protein synthesis, the amino acids are activated in the presence of ATP and linked to their cognate tRNA. Okay, this process is commonly called as. Okay, this process is commonly called as. What are the different options here? One is discharging of tRNA, then second one is charging of tRNA, then third one is amino acylation of tRNA. Then fourth option is both B and C. Okay, both B and C. Okay, and here option D becomes the correct answer. Okay, during the initial stage of protein synthesis, the amino acids are activated in the presence of ATP and linked to their cognate tRNA. This process is commonly called as charging of tRNA, and it is also called as amino acylation of tRNA. Okay, and because of this, which answer will become correct? Option D is the correct answer, both B and C, right? Okay, then let us move on to the next question. What is there? The cellular factory responsible for synthesizing proteins is the, okay, the cellular factory responsible for synthesizing proteins is the different options are there: mitochondria, then ribosomes, then chloroplast, and nucleus. Okay, and here already you have studied this one in the chapter, and even in while studying the cell organelles part. Okay, ribosomes. Okay, ribosomes are commonly called as the protein factories of the cell. Protein factories of the cell. Okay, so for question number 12, which will become correct here? Option B is the right answer. Okay, and because mitochondria is mainly related to the respiration process. Okay, and even the chloroplast is related to photosynthesis process, and nucleus is, it is mainly concerned with the genetic material. Okay, in nucleus the DNA will be present, genetic material will be present. Okay, and according to this one, the correct answer will be ribosomes. Okay, for question number 12, ribosomes is the correct answer. Okay, then 13th 13th question, amino acylation of tRNA is also known as. Okay, this is again repeated here: charging of tRNA, then charging of mRNA, then formation of ribosome, none of the above. Okay, and here for question number 13, option A is the correct answer. It is also known as charging of tRNA, right? Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Question number 14. Okay, what is the question here? The process of translation is, okay, the process of translation is ribosome synthesis, RNA synthesis, then DNA synthesis, and protein synthesis. Okay, what is the correct answer here? The process of translation is said to be it is nothing but protein synthesis only. Protein synthesis only, right? Option D is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Okay, question number 15. Okay, what is the question here? Anticodon present on tRNA, anticodon present on tRNA complementary to initiator codon, initiator codon. AUG of mRNA is, AUG of mRNA is, okay, it is option A, UAC. Okay, it is UAC, right? UAC is the correct answer. Okay, and the next question, question number 16. What is there? Which of the following ribosomal RNA, which of the following ribosomal RNA acts as a structural RNA as well as ribozyme in bacteria? Okay, structural RNA means what here? It is involved in the formation of the ribosome structure as well as ribozyme in bacteria. Ribozyme means what here? This will act as the enzyme, right? Okay, and here the different options are like this. One is 23S rRNA, then 5.8S ribosomal RNA, then 5S ribosomal RNA, then 18S ribosomal RNA, right? And here according to the question, option A is the correct answer. It is 23S ribosomal RNA, right? 23S ribosomal RNA, right? And let us move on to the next part. Okay, it is part 8. Okay, what are the different concepts covered here? One is the regulation of gene expression. The important concept is regulation of gene expression, and under this heading we are going to study about the lac operon concept. Okay, and remember, uh, gene expression. Okay, uh, under this one, how the genes will express here. To understand the gene expression, we are going to study one phenomenon or one experiment called as the lac operon concept, right? And here, based on this one, different questions are there. One is, which is not produced by E. coli in lactose medium. Okay, which is not produced by E. coli in lactose medium. Okay, and the options are like this: lactose dehydrogenase, then second option is thiogalactoside transacetylase, then beta galactosidase, then lactose permease. Okay, and here remember, when the lac operon is switched on, okay, three different enzymes are produced from the structural genes. Okay, those three are the the enzymes mentioned in options B, C, D. Okay, they are correct. A is not produced here. Lactose dehydrogenase is not produced. Okay, thiogalactoside transacetylase is produced, then beta galactosidase is produced, then lactose permease is produced. Okay, three different enzymes are produced, but not the lactose dehydrogenase. Okay, so option A is the correct answer according to the question. Okay, which is not produced by E. coli in lactose medium. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question. Okay, what is there? Transcriptional regulated system is first elucidated by. Okay, transcriptional regulated system is first elucidated by Fleming, Holly, Nirenberg, and Jacob and Monod. Okay, and here it is nothing but the lac operon concept only. Okay, lac operon concept only. It was proposed by Jacob and Monod. Okay, option D is the correct answer. Okay, then next one, question number 3. Which one of the following is not a component of lac operon model? Okay, which one of the following is not a component of lac operon model? Okay, the different options are like this. One is promoter gene, then second one is structural gene, then third one is promer gene, and fourth one is regulator gene. Okay, what is the question here? Which one of the following is not a component of lac operon model? Okay, promoter gene is there, structural gene is there, regulator gene is there, but not the promer gene. Okay, to make confuse, they have given this option. Okay, option C is the correct answer, right? And let us move on to the next question. Okay, it is a matching type of question. Okay, what is there? Match the components of lac operon. Match the components of lac operon of E. coli given under column 1 with their function listed in column 2. Choose the answer with correct combination of alphabets of the two columns. Okay, and here what is there? In column 1, components of lac operon, and in column 2, their function. Okay, and in column 1, different genes they have mentioned: structural gene, operator gene, promoter gene, then regulator gene. And in column 2, PQRST is there. One is binding site for repressor protein, then codes for repressor protein, induces lactose transport from the medium, then codes for enzyme proteins. Then last one is binding site for RNA polymerase, right? And here according to the question, for question number 4, option C becomes the correct answer. Option C. What is there? 1S. Okay, 1S means what here? Structural gene codes for enzyme proteins. Okay, structural gene codes for enzyme proteins. Okay, second one will match with P, operator gene. Okay, operator gene is nothing but what here? Binding site for repressor protein. It is nothing but the binding site for repressor protein. Then 3T, promoter gene. Okay, promoter gene is nothing but what here? It is nothing but the binding site for RNA polymerase. Binding site for RNA polymerase. Then fourth one, regulator gene. Okay, it will match with the Q. Okay, regulator gene will code for repressor protein. Okay, so for this question number 4, option C is the right answer. Okay, then question number 5, what is there? In lac operon concept of a gene expression, allolactose acts as inducer, repressor, then co-repressor, then coenzyme. Okay, and here the allolactose, it is a modified form of the lactose only. It will act as the inducer only in lac operon concept, right? Option A is the correct answer. Okay, then let us move on to the next question number 6. A gene of operon which synthesizes a repressor protein is. Okay, a gene of operon which synthesizes a repressor protein is. Okay, promoter gene, structural gene, operator gene, then regulator gene. Okay, for question number 6, option D is the correct answer. It is regulator gene. Okay, a gene of operon which synthesizes a repressor protein will be what here? Regulator gene. Option D is the correct answer, right? Then 7th one, in the lac operon concept. Okay, in the lac operon model, lactose molecules function as, okay, lactose molecules function as inducers which bind with the operator gene, repressors which bind with the operator gene, inducers which bind with the repressor protein, then co-repressors which bind with the repressor protein, right? And here for question number 7, which will become the correct answer here, option C. In the lac operon model, lactose molecules function as inducers which bind with the repressor protein. Okay, repressor protein. Option C is the correct answer, right? And let us move on to the next question number 8. Okay, in the operon system, the repressor protein can bind only with the, okay, in the operon system, the repressor protein can bind only with the structural genes, regulator gene, operator gene, then promoter gene. Okay, and here for question number 8, what is the correct answer? Option C. Okay, option C. In the operon system, the repressor protein can bind only with the operator gene. Option C is the correct answer, right? Then question number 4. Okay, the sequence of structural gene in lac operon concept is. Okay, the different options are like this, and here we can easily identify. Okay, option D is the correct answer, right? Lac Z, in the beginning lac Z will come, and next one will be lac Y, then next one will be lac A, right? And the 10th question. Okay, according to the lac operon concept, which functional unit of the bacterial genetic material is responsible for suppressing the activity of the operator gene in the absence of lactose? Okay, and here one is A, option A, regulator gene, then structural gene, then promoter gene, then repressor protein. Okay, and here according to the question, option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. According to the lac operon concept, which functional unit of the bacterial genetic material is responsible for suppressing the activity of the operator gene in the absence of lactose? Okay, it will be regulator gene only. Option E is the correct answer. Okay, and we shall discuss the remaining questions in the next YouTube class. Okay, thank you.